Good morning and welcome to the studio vlog for week 3 of 2021. This is Mindabble. I'm Dee and yeah, it's Monday. I've been working since around 7. It's now 20 minutes past 9. I only just finished editing the vlog yesterday, Sunday. But I finished the thumbnail and uploading and all the keywords and weird stuff like that. And it's scheduled to go up in around 40 minutes. So by then I'll be promoting it on, well, basically Facebook. So, but yeah, vlog finished. So what else is on the to-do? What else is on the to-do? You ask? Well, I asked. The rest of the lino cut from last week. I'm gonna be finishing this today. Then I want to make my first print of it. See if there's anything I want to correct on it. And then I have to finish a print of it so I can scan it in day after tomorrow so it can be ready to make a greeting e-card for, I think it's, yeah, for Thursday. And while that is drying, I'm gonna be painting on my new wonderful expensive watercolor paper Aquarius. It doesn't feel like you can see it. I can barely see the screen because I'm filming on a phone and I can only see one side of the screen at a time, and I can't really switch it around as far as I know. No, I can only put a dot on myself, which makes my face the focus. Does it even work if I put it back? I'm not really sure. No matter. So that's what I have for today. I also want to answer a client about a new podcast. Not logo, cover picture. So that's going to be interesting. She's starting a podcast about psychological violence in relationships, and that is a very, very important topic that I don't see. I see it discussed a lot, but not enough, to be completely honest. At the very least, not in Danish. So that's really, really, really interesting. And I get to do the cover art. Anyway, that's for today. I also have a meeting at some point, either at 10 or 11, with a network about, well, just having a Monday status meeting, which is gonna be fun. So, yeah. Alright, the first part, well, the first iteration is done. There, you can see it better here. So yeah, I made a mistake again, all the way down here. These lines are going the wrong way, but I think it's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be alright. So yeah, I'm gonna be cleaning it off with a bit of rubbing alcohol. And then I'm gonna give it a short sanding, so just to rough up the surface a bit. And then we're gonna get on with the very first trial printing and see if there's anything I need to revise or work on. Exciting! Okay, swoop, my roller, there, my Baron, and some, it's college, so I guess student grade Lino printing ink. So I'm gonna be testing out the print with this just because, well, student grade, it's yeah, easy to test with. So the last thing I need is a couple of the papers I'm gonna be printing the final piece on, because I have so much of it, might as well use it to test. And it's not because it's amazing quality paper, it's just the drawing paper I have lying around in A3 size, so it's easy to cut down to size. So yeah, that's it. Well, the thing is, my meeting starts in about 10 minutes, so maybe I shouldn't get this ball rolling before I'm finished with that. So what I can do is clean off my brushes, because someone forgot you need clean brushes when starting a new watercolor painting. If I realized anything during my time working with the star sign paintings, it's that I need the least amount of excuses not to do it immediately when it's on my to-do list. So that includes having green clean brushes when I'm starting. Let's do that. Also, if you can get a hold of one of these things, it's great for drying off your brushes. Some also use it to keep brushes watery, moist. But I just use it for the drying rack. It's really good. This is just a super cheap one. So, right, we're back and ready to test out the print. So. It's water-based, so I'm just going to give it a tiny bit of water to work with, I guess. So that's just the first one. Should be better on the second run, but there's already a bunch of excess paint on here. Okay, I see a few places where I want to make the spikes better, more, I guess, spiky. And up here on the heart I can define that line a bit better. I want to shave a bit off here. I want to spike out the eye part a bit more. But otherwise I actually really enjoy this. I really like this. So yeah, it's just time to make a few adjustments and then get some proper ink for printing. Way too much ink. Way too much. Wow, that was annoying. Anyway, this is not working. Right now I'm incredibly frustrated, and I think I'm gonna clean up all the Lino supplies, items, tools, whatever. I am gonna save this cut because it's still really cute and I want to try again at some point, and it's always nice to have some old blocks laying around. And I think I might be able to amend some of the problems by cutting deeper ridges. Let's go back to what you've missed. So some of the first runs after I've made all the corrections and thought the cut was nice and even, I think the problem was not enough ink on the roller or on the block. I'm not really sure. It could also be pressure. It could also be uneven layer ink. It could also just be this is bad paper. But I have gotten smooth prints before on this paper with this ink, so I'm figuring it's the technique or the block. As you may remember, I sanded it down after I'd made the design, and I'm not really sure if that was a problem. Anyway, moving on. This was the problem with 9 out of 10 of the prints. They're basically very patchy and has a lot of light areas that is not supposed to be there. The next problem is that I got a bit too aggressive with the ink, and thus I flooded the entire design. All the fine little details down here, they're all gone because there's ink everywhere. If you can see it on the print itself, all the little ridges, they're just completely blacked out because of the ink. So also even these little top petals, you can actually see them on this one, and yeah, that is a great difference. I have tried to produce something good. Yeah, I'm over it right now. So I am gonna be cleaning off all the supplies and put it on the back burner. I think this is the best print I have thus far, even with tiny little missing areas. Excuse the helicopter. There's still a whole array of problems. Are you about done? Right. There's still a whole array of problems that I'm not gonna be fixing right now. So this problem, I was about to say, this project is going on the back burner until I know what I'm doing more. I need to practice inking blocks some more, so I'm gonna be looking up some tutorials for that. But until then, I think I am gonna be doing this design in Illustrator, because Illustrator, I know what I'm doing there. Not so much here. Now that doesn't look lonely at all. Wow. Okay, so I got this far. My brain is not allowing me to think straight anymore, so I think this is gonna be the point where I shut down for today and go do something completely unrelated. Yeah. Good morning. It's Tuesday and the day has started off a bit negatively. I got up at 6, as is the time I want to get up during the weekdays. For once, it was basically just my entire mood going downhill. That's fine. I haven't been out walking this morning, but otherwise, nah. it's alright. Where do I left off yesterday? I ended up accepting that I'm not gonna do it the Lino cut way, and I'm just gonna be doing it on in Illustrator. My Day of Hugs card, e-card. I'm gonna be working on that, but another thing that I need to finish off today is the Aquarius painting. So I'll be starting that as well. I basically think that's all there is today. What is this? Excuse me, what? Okay, so that's how far I am with the e-card. You can barely even see it. Here we go. So yeah, that's basically how far I've gotten with that. I tried doing the same I've done in here all the way around, but it didn't look very good and it was really annoying to do. So I am pondering just doing it manually. Maybe. I don't know how to do it right now. So I'm gonna be going off to get some lunch in a moment, but before I do that, I just want to make sure that I come back to an easy workspace where I can just sit down, start painting without having to think about it. So I'll just be setting that up. Alright, I'm back from lunch and I'm getting that terrible panicky feeling once again because I am jumping into a paper I'm not familiar with a sketch I'm very happy with, I'm proud of, and that I'm not secure enough in myself that I can recreate with a skin tone I haven't practiced that much. And I really want to do my best on this because I think I love the sketch, so I just really want this to go well. Maybe I should jump into the leaves first because those are the ones I mind the least with going wrong. I'm gonna do that. I tried, but I've been painting most of the day and trying to get the hugging card finished. This is how far I got today. I've shut off the computer, so I can't show you unless it's on this preview. And I got a fair bit on the painting, but this has to be finished tomorrow. So yeah. Also, wow, the colors are terrible on the camera. It's now around 8, I think, so my brain ain't really working. If I remember it, I'm gonna put some thoughts about the paper and the process tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. Good morning. It's the 20th, and it's the day of Aquarius, and I think I slept wrongly last night. Underneath the shoulder blade feels stuck, and the last 2 digits are kind of sleeping, so I've been massaging my my upper arm for a bit, and it seems to help, and it seems to be quite nice. So I have to be extra careful, extra wary of doing my stretches today. So that's gonna be fun. Still have a bunch left to do on the Aquarius painting, and so I am gonna be focusing on that today. It doesn't really hurt. It's this constant annoyance in the back. Anyways, I'm gonna be listening to H. Bomber Guy's Pathologic is Genius, and here's why. Link if you want to watch it, because it's a long video. It's about 2 hours, and the first time I put it on, I was like, I'm just gonna listen to this while I work because that sounds interesting. But there's a part in it where he talks about people liking to listen to his videos and not watch. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna see what he has. And then I was stuck in the video for the 2 hours it went, because it was really engaging. So just a fair warning. It's a really good video, and if you don't have 2 hours to spare, don't click on it, I guess. Also, Pathologic, the game, has a lot of really cool visuals, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So it's now 2:30, and I finished Aquarius finally. So here she is. I'm really proud of how she turned out. I think it ended up absolutely gorgeous. It's a bit hard to show off the proper colors, and actually no, that's pretty close, but the textures and stuff like that. And this, I don't know, my brain is mush right now. I have a hard time thinking straight. When you're doing a project and then whoop, 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 there's a high, almost finished, and then plummeting with energy and cohesiveness. So I think I might take a small break, maybe collect my thoughts a bit. I should also get to make some pack shots of her and put those pictures up on social media. I'm tired and a bit, yeah, as said, my brain is a mess right now. And with that, it's already 3:30. I've not done a whole bunch of stuff since the last update, since I finished Aquarius, so I need to get a move on. But I have some thoughts about the new paper, and I've written them down. What do I think of the new paper? Basically, I think it's amazing. I am incredibly happy with the paper. I'm so, what's another word for happy? I am absolutely over the moon because I gave myself the allowance to buy some better quality paper. It's just really great, all in all. I have written a few things down though. And the first thing is that it feels like it's more colorful. The first paper I've used for the star signs, it still seems the colors are pretty great, but they are also a little bit dark for some reason. It was quite textured, the older paper, which made the coloring pencil slip a little bit. With the second paper I've used, it seemed like I couldn't get dark colors. The saturation was fairly off. This feels pretty much like the middle of those two. The colors are very saturated. They're very pow-like. I don't know how else to explain it. They're just, it seems like I get more of the spectrum of that color I'm using, if that makes sense. It seemed like the gradients were much easier than usual to make, but that was for the most part, because sometimes when I went over the already dry area, the paint would pick up if it wasn't completely dry and then just mush away, kind of. So it was really easy for the color to get picked up again. So I guess, I'm not really sure. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but these are just my immediate experiences with the paper. If I used enough water or if I used enough paint, it seemed like the gradients would follow along much easier than on other papers I've used. A couple of times while doing big gradients, it felt like it was a bit patchy when drying. There might be two other reasons than the paper, and it could either be I'm not using enough water, or it could be that I'm using the wrong brushes, which is basically the same reason, because if I used brushes that can hold more water, maybe it wouldn't be a problem. I don't know. Which actually led me to this idea about trying out expensive versus cheap and doing it with watercolors. So I have a set of cheap paper, cheap brushes, cheap paints, and then a set of expensive paper, expensive paints, and an expensive brush, which I do have. It was quite expensive, much more than I expected when I picked it up. And when I saw how much it cost after, well, while paying for it, I panicked and just paid and took it home with me and intended on returning it, getting my money back, and then panicking again and just letting it sit in my jar of watercolor brushes since then. I think it's a couple of years ago now, and I'm really scared of using it because I'm not sure if I know how to properly take care of actual, real, proper brushes. So this thing terrifies me, but I think it could be fun to actually use it for like an expensive versus cheap comparison. Back to the list. A thing I found was that I had better results with a sloppy coloring. Like, instead of doing the small meticulous details I tend to do, just plushing on color and plushing on water and then big strokes. I think I got a lot better results doing that. So could be fun to just play around with a sketch on the paper and just go wild, go haywire. It doesn't have to be anything like completely specific or be very detailed, but just play around with movements and fluids. And basically every time I started painting on a bare piece area of paper, it seemed like I was getting these tiny, not fluff balls, but like weird grains, papery grains, and I would immediately think it's the top of the paper, like granulating up from the paper. And so was I ruining the surface? I'm not really sure. It might also just be that my paints have a lot of dust on them, because I've earlier have been really bad at keeping the lid on and dust falling into the pans. Remember to cover your paints. Well, that'll happen. So I'm not really sure if it's the paper or the paints, but it's a thing. It didn't seem to affect the final results, so I don't know. And the last good thing I noticed is that I can put on so many layers. I am apparently prone to doing 500 layers, and that is a thing I need to work on because it takes ages when I could have been done in much shorter time if I'd only stuck to 3, maybe 4 layers instead of 8, 10, sometimes of the same color, just building up the gradients. And to be honest, most of the times fewer layers actually work better. So yeah, but I can make a lot of layers on this paper. So yeah, all in all, I'm very happy with the paint. It's not paint, it's paper. I'm very happy with the paper. So I think that's it. And I'm gonna go ahead and take some pack shots and get to editing those, because they have to go up soonish. And I want to have a little bit of extra time to work on the International Hugging Day card. That's barely even close to being finished. I'm not stressed, you're stressed. I think I've just realized my dates for star signs in 2020 is off by a day. And this should have been going up yesterday. So, yes. So what about Pisces? No, that's, oh God. Okay, this page says the 20th. But it says the 20th throughout. Oh no, that's for today. Wow. Okay, and this one says the 21st. So now I'm just confused. I'm gonna stick to the 20th. It's already Thursday, and I have not even looked at all the footage for the vlog yet. I also have a client email that I need to look at, and some propositions from a friend / work buddy. He does a lot of awesome stuff, so I have to look at that. But I think I'm done. I've been fiddling around with this since 8:30 this morning. It's now, well, for about an hour then. This is where it started. This is where it went. And this is where it ended. I've been fiddling around with the text and the kerning and everything like that. And the placement of the, is it a watermark or is it just the signature? I don't know. Now I'm at the point where I'm thinking, yep, it seems balanced. It seems to work both in the English and Danish version. And right now I basically just want it out of the way and finished and into the world so I can focus on other stuff. I have just realized another thing I kind of want to fiddle with. Be right back. It feels like such a stupid thing, but it's really important to me, at least. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I think it looks weird. It's great when it's in an email. Because then you can see easily where it differentiates between the two. Okay, I don't know. So yeah, it's great for its actual use, but when using it in this context, it just sticks out like a sore thumb. So this makes so much more sense. Or this looks just looks better. There we go. And export. There we go. English, Danish. And send. Exciting. So I finished some style boards for a new podcast cover. Did I talk about this earlier? So I've done the style boards. There's 3 different directions I can take this for now. So I'm really excited about which one or which elements of the different ones, or if it's not any of them that the client picks. So that's very exciting. Also because 2 of the styles I'm super pumped about doing, and even if she's not gonna go ahead with those, I'm still gonna make them. maybe not for this particular project, but at least for another one, or for a personal one, because I'm very hyped about this work. What's it called? I'm quite hyped about this project. Alright, that leaves one email and one 100-day project that I need to regard. Have a think about. And now I even forgot the Danish word. Wow. It's completely gone. There we go. Okay. Stilling til. Consider. So now I'm gonna close everything off because, wow. Hi. It's Friday and it's evening. Late evening. Around 5:30. I've been editing all day. Doesn't really feel like I've made a dent because I have a lot of footage. So yeah, I think I am gonna be taking all the footage from the watercolor painting and make a short speed draw of it, and then a real-time version as well. I might also make a super short version for shorts, just because I think it's a great possibility. About that, I've been keeping an eye on the numbers regarding this short, and apparently my views are up by nearly 500%, just because the swatching short has 327 watches. It also has a terrible watch time or audience retention, but that's besides the point. The point is, that's fucking terrifying. I have a feeling that I kind of did myself anything but a favor by doing this, because the next couple of weeks I'm gonna be having red numbers on this page. So kind of feels like I shot myself in the foot unless I keep this up. So it's a bit terrifying, but I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be fun. Whatever. I'm still gonna be editing. I'm probably also gonna be editing a bit tomorrow and the day after, and just trying to take it a bit slow. So that's gonna be it for this vlog. This has been my week. How's your week been? I hope it's been great. Tell me about it in the comments. And I'm gonna be off then. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye. Knæk.